you have a new YouTube channel and you find yourself struggling to get new subscribers and views, then stick around, because I'm going to show you a very simple but proven technique that will change the way you promote your YouTube channel from here on out. Hey guys, Craig here. Now for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Craig Babin and I'm on a mission to turn my part-time drawing hobby into a full-time income. And I'm hoping to inspire a few of you to do the exact same thing. So if you have a hobby that you want to monetize, then hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be uploading some pretty useful stuff on this channel that you are not going to want to miss. That being said, let's get started. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you have a new YouTube channel that's struggling to get subscribers and views, then watch this entire video. I promise you it'll be worth your time. Okay, so before I get into the technique, you first need to understand a little something about how YouTube works when it comes to viewing videos. Now, when I say video viewing, I'm not talking about watching YouTube videos on Twitter or any other social media platform for that matter. I'm referring solely to watching videos on the YouTube platform itself. When it comes to finding a video to watch on YouTube, there are two primary ways to go about it. The first is by manually searching for a video, and the second is by allowing YouTube to recommend a video for you based on your past viewing history. Now, it's extremely important that you fully understand the difference between these two viewing methods if you want to successfully promote your videos. I'm sure you've all heard YouTube experts say that one of the most important things when it comes to promoting your videos is to make sure you use proper keywords in your video's title, description, and tags. And they're right when it comes to viewers being able to find your video using YouTube search. But when talking about the YouTube algorithm recommending your videos, those keywords really aren't that important anymore. What's important are the people who have already viewed your video. And this is why many new YouTube channels struggle to get views. It's because they put so much of their efforts into making their videos keyword friendly for search and totally forget about training the YouTube algorithm to recommend their videos. YouTube search is not where your first initial views will be coming from, because the truth is, the only videos being found on search are the ones that already have a lot of views. Look, at the end of the day, YouTube is in the business of selling advertising space, and nobody wants to advertise on a video that's not getting any views, which is why when it comes to search, YouTube prioritizes those videos that are getting the most views. Don't take my word for it. Type anything you want into the YouTube search box and then scroll down and try to find a video that was uploaded over a month ago and that has less than 100 views. Depending on the topic, you're probably going to have to go through hundreds of videos. And the truth is, if your video doesn't show up in the top 100 videos, no one's going to find your video using YouTube search, and that's because of the way people watch videos on YouTube. See, most people start their YouTube streaming session by going to their homepage and checking out all of the videos that the YouTube algorithm has recommended for them based on their past viewing history. And yes, there are going to be times when you're looking for something specific or new and you're actually going to have to search for it. But I guarantee that you'll find a video to watch within the first 100 results of your search. And then once you've watched that video, the algorithm will know what you're looking for and start recommending other videos for you to watch on that same topic. So there's really no reason to go back to search, unless of course you're looking for something new. And that's how most people view video on YouTube. Yes, keywords, titles, descriptions, and thumbnails are all important. But as a new YouTube channel, you need to be spending the majority of your time teaching the YouTube algorithm who to recommend your videos to. Now, to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, you first need to understand how the YouTube algorithm works. So let's say I upload a video about how to make money creating low-content books. The first thing the YouTube algorithm is going to try to figure out is who to promote this video to. Now, you might think that it's going to look at my video keywords to determine this, but you'd be wrong. The algorithm will figure out who to recommend this video to based on the viewing history of those people who have already watched my video, and this is where the problem arises for new YouTube channels. See, when you're first starting out and you don't have any subscribers, most of your views will come from your family and friends. The problem with this is that they're not watching your videos because it's a subject that they're interested in. They're watching your video because they love you and they don't want to see you fail. Although their intentions are good, it's probably one of the worst things they could do for your channel. Now, if I was to go into each one of my friends' personal YouTube accounts and look at their past viewing histories, I'd probably notice that they all have different interests. Some of my friends might be into cooking, while others are into CrossFit, dancing, music, painting, or karate. And each of these categories has its own community. But what I wouldn't likely find in their past viewing history are videos about how to make money on low-content books. And that's the target audience I want the algorithm to be promoting my video to. So what the algorithm does instead is it looks at the people who have already watched my video and thinks, well, if this person watched the video and they gave it a like and they're interested in cooking, then clearly the rest of the cooking community will be interested in this video as well. So it starts looking for viewers in that community, and the CrossFit community, and the dancing community, and so on. And what happens? Nothing. Because none of these people have a history of watching this type of content, so the algorithm doesn't have anyone to recommend the video to. But what if I could get just a few people to watch my video who actually have a history of searching for videos on how to make money from low-content books? Then what the YouTube algorithm would do is start splitting up its recommendations. As you can see, we have a total of 6 views from these communities on the left and 2 views from my target audience on the right. 2 out of 8 is 25%. So now what the algorithm might do is send about 25% of its recommendations to my target audience, and the remaining 75% it'll spread out among all of these other communities on the left, and then it'll just sit back and wait to see what happens. Over the coming week, I might get 1 new subscriber, 2 video likes, and maybe 3 more video views from my target audience, and maybe only 1 new view from the remaining communities on the left. Seeing this, the algorithm is going to realize that the target audience is delivering far better results, so it'll broaden its recommendations to even more people from this group, and it'll send about 50% of its recommendations to the target audience, and the remaining 50% it once again splits up among all the communities on the left. And once again, it sits back and watches. The algorithm is learning. It'll continue doing this until it realizes that sending a larger portion of its recommendations to a broader segment of this target audience actually delivers far superior results. Once it figures that out, it'll stop recommending this video to any of the communities on the left and focus entirely on broadening its recommendations to a larger segment of this target audience. And that is when your video takes off. So now comes the million-dollar question. How do we get people from our target audience to watch our videos right from the very beginning? And that's where Pinterest comes in. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Pinterest, I'm going to give you a very brief overview. For those of you who are well acquainted with Pinterest, stick around anyway, because I'm about to show you something that you may not know about Pinterest. The best way I know how to describe Pinterest is that it's an image-based information directory for creative people. The platform itself has over 400 million monthly users and over 240 million images on it. Now, each image is called a pin, and each pin links to an external destination somewhere on the internet. It could be a blog post, a product page, a YouTube channel, or pretty much anything. The way it works is people sign up for a free account, and in doing so, create a profile. Once you have a profile, you can start pinning. To store all of your pins, Pinterest uses a system that utilizes boards. In a nutshell, boards are basically just folders that help you categorize and organize your pins. Let me give you an example. This is my account. As an artist, I primarily use Pinterest for artistic reference and inspiration. If you take a look at my boards, you can see that most of them deal with art. I have illustration boards, vector art boards, model sheet boards, graphic design boards, graphite drawing boards, and more. I also promote my own products and all of my YouTube videos on my boards as well. As you can see, if I click on one of these boards, it contains hundreds of images that I've pinned or saved from the Pinterest community. If I need a reference image, I just go to one of my reference boards, and there are hundreds of images to choose from. Now, you can make your boards private so that only you can see them, or you can make them public. All of my boards are public. As you can see, I have 74 followers, but more importantly, my boards get over 14,000 views per month. During holiday season, that number can reach as high as 80,000 views per month, so you can see how this could be a great tool for promotion. Just to make this a little bit clearer, I'm going to quickly go through the process of creating a board and creating a pin. So if you want to create a new board, all you have to do is go over to the little plus sign on the far right side of the page and choose Create Board. Now, I'll have to give the board a name, and I'll have the option to make it private. For promotional reasons, I strongly suggest you don't. Make all of your boards public. Then just hit the Create button. Pinterest will automatically suggest some pins for you, but if you don't want any of these pins, just click Done. When you're ready to start pinning, just go up to the little search icon in the top right-hand side of the screen, and from the drop-down on the right, choose All Pins. Then enter in what you're looking for in the search bar. Pinterest will instantly give you thousands of pins to choose from, and each of these pins links to somewhere off-site. Now if you like a pin and you want to pin it onto your new board, just hover your cursor over the pin and click on the little drop down just left of the Save button, and choose the board that you want to save this pin to. Once you find the board in the list, just click the Save button next to that board. It's that simple. Now if I go back to my board and refresh the page, you can see that I now have 3 pins. Once I've shown Pinterest what type of pins I'm looking for on this board, I can just hit the More Ideas button while I'm inside of my board, and Pinterest will suggest other pins on the same topic. When I'm on the More Ideas page for my board, all I have to do to save a pin is just click on the little plus icon. And as you can see, the pins are saved right to my board. If you're using Pinterest for promotional purposes, then your whole goal is to get as much traffic to your boards as possible. And the best way to get traffic to your boards is to save a lot of pins. The more pins you have on a board, the more traffic it'll get. So let's say you want to add a new pin for your latest YouTube video. When I'm creating my video thumbnails, I create 2 versions, a YouTube version and a Pinterest version. Pinterest pins just look better and are more noticeable when they're taller. I'll go into more detail on how to create thumbnails in a later video. So to add my custom YouTube pin, I just go up to the Create tab in the top menu and choose Create Pin from the drop-down menu. When the creation box opens, I'll just click the Upload Image icon and go find the image I'm looking for on my computer. Once I have that, in another browser window, I'll head over to my YouTube video and copy and paste the video's title, part of the description, and its short link. And once that's done, then I simply have to click the Publish button. And voila, my pin is now live for everyone to see. Now this is where Pinterest can become a really powerful tool to promote your YouTube channel. Not only can you pin a link to your YouTube video, but you can also promote that pin to a targeted audience. Now if you've stayed with me this long into the video, hang on just a little bit longer, because I'm going to show you how you can get advertising results that are far superior to what you would get on Facebook or Google for a fraction of the price. Now when it comes to promoting your pin, all you have to do is click the Promote button. There are 2 steps to this process, and many people totally overlook the second step, and because of that, they don't get anywhere near the results they're looking for from their advertising. So in the first step, all you have to do is fill in your daily budget. Your thumbnail and destination URL are already pre-filled in. I find that $1 per day for 10 days gives me the best results. After you've entered your budget, you'll have to put a credit card on file, if you haven't already, and then just click Promote. Now people who say that Pinterest ads don't work usually stop right here. This is as far as they go, and this is why their ads fail. What you want to do now is go up to the Ads tab on the top menu, and from the drop-down choose Overview. This will take you to your active ads. So if you have more than one ad running, then you'll see them all here. Now place your cursor over the ad you just created and click on the little pencil icon. Doing that will open up a menu on the right-hand side of the screen. In that menu, click on Ads Manager. This will take you to the settings for this ad campaign. Now if I scroll up, you can see that there's all kinds of information here. All you really need to focus on are the keywords and the demographics. By default, your advertising demographics will be set to just the country that you're currently in. So what you want to do is hit that little drop-down arrow on the right-hand side of the Demographics tab and open the menu. When you do this, it's probably going to kick you back down to the bottom of the page for some reason. So when it does, just scroll back up. Now in the menu, you want to select Pick Specific Locations. This will allow you to access all of the locations that Pinterest promotes to. Unless of course what your video is about only applies to certain regions of the world, in which case you would only want to select those regions. But YouTube is worldwide, so choose them all. Once you have your demographics set, scroll up to Keywords and open that menu. Inside this menu you have two options. You can choose Interests or Keywords. The interests are fairly broad, so I would suggest sticking to using keywords. So all you have to do is click the Add Keywords button, and then in the search box, type in whatever keywords target your desired audience. So for this video, I'm going to type in something like how to make money online or maybe passive income. Then I'm just going to add all of the keyword phrases that apply to my video. Now don't choose phrases that are too broad. Remember, you're paying per click, so you don't want to blow your daily budget on keywords that don't really target the audience you're trying to reach, so don't go crazy. Once you've set your demographics and your keywords, go over to the bottom left-hand side of the page and click the Save Edits button. That's it, you're done. So what kind of results can you expect? Well, I ran this exact ad back in January when I first uploaded this video to my YouTube channel, and here are the results. Over a 10-day period and a total ad spend of $10, this is what happened. Now the only two numbers you really need to concern yourself with are the saves and the outbound clicks. I'll come back to the saves in a few minutes. So I got a total of 18 outbound clicks. That's 18 people who are interested in making money online and who have a past viewing history of watching videos on YouTube that deal with making money. 18 people who not only watched my video on YouTube, but who also are part of my target audience. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's not a lot of views for $10. But remember, we're talking about YouTube videos that don't normally get more than 10 to 20 views in the first month on their own. Remember when I explained how the YouTube algorithm works and I said that it splits up its recommendations across different communities based on the past viewing histories of those people who have already watched your video? Well, for this video, I received 77 views in my first 10 days it was live on YouTube. 18 of those views were from my target audience and the rest were from friends and family who really had no interest in my video. And I know that most of those views were from friends and family because I spoke to about 40 of them trying to get feedback on my video. Those 18 targeted viewers resulted in 6.8 hours of watch time and 6 new subscribers. Now remember how I told you that the algorithm sits back and watches for a while, observing the results, and tries to figure out which community to allocate the majority of its recommendations to? Well, take a look at what happened to my video over the next 2 months. Now I want to preface what you're about to see by saying that this is the only video that I've promoted on my YouTube channel up to this point. I didn't want to skew the results, so I refrained from promoting any of the other videos on my channel. So if we take a look at the first 35 days, you can see that the algorithm is still learning. But the fact that I have a total of 135 views, 12 hours of watch time, and have picked up an additional 3 subscribers tells me that the algorithm is starting to promote my video to the right audience. And if you look at the statistics on the right-hand side here, you can see that over 60% of my views are coming from browse features. And those features are primarily located on a viewer's homepage. And the videos on the homepage consist of YouTube recommendations based on that user's past viewing history. Now if we go out an additional 30 days, you can see that I now have 233 views, 23 hours of watch time, and have picked up another 6 subscribers. And if you look at the end of the chart, you can see that the algorithm is now starting to figure out who my target audience is. Now watch what happens in the next month. Now you can see that the algorithm has figured out who my target audience is and has started making most of its recommendations to them. I'm now at 737 views, 84 hours of watch time, and have jumped up to 53 subscribers from this one video alone. But wait, let's go out one more month. The YouTube algorithm is now promoting exclusively to my target audience. I've jumped up to 2,100 views, 260 hours of watch time, and 136 subscribers from just this video. And if we take a look at where it sits now, you can see that this one video is still continuing to grow my channel. Look at the numbers for this video, and now let's look at the analytics for my entire channel. Out of 4,600 views, 2,600 came from this one video. Of the 445 hours of watch time, 315 came from this one video. And of the 300 subscribers, 161 came from this one video. Now if you take a look at the follow-up video to this one, this video is on the exact same topic as the first one, but look at the difference in results. It hasn't found its target audience yet. So does this mean that the rest of my videos will never find their target audience? Of course not. It just means that it's going to take them a lot longer to get there. In fact, most of the views that the rest of my videos are getting right now are a result of this video. This video is bringing my target audience to my YouTube channel page, and while they're here, they're watching the rest of my videos. Because of this, the algorithm is slowly learning who the target audience is for all of my other videos. Remember, when it comes to teaching the YouTube algorithm who to promote your video to, you only need a few views from your target audience to get the process started. Now you can see just by looking at these results that this Pinterest technique works, but it gets even better. Remember back on Pinterest when I mentioned those 14 saves? What that basically means is that 14 people have pinned my video ad to their Pinterest boards. So even though my ad is over and I'm no longer spending any money, my video is still being promoted by 14 other boards for as long as those boards exist. You can see that this board has over 36,000 followers, and if I scroll down, you can see my pin is right here. And if someone comes along to this board and likes my pin enough to save it to their own money-making board, then my audience reach will grow even further. And this could keep happening for years and years until my pin is on hundreds of boards, all promoting my YouTube channel absolutely free. If you look at the external reach for this video over the past 4 months, you can see that 30% of the external traffic is still coming from Pinterest. And this video is on my Facebook page, my Twitter page, my Instagram page, and my website. And Pinterest is still the main source of traffic 4 months after my advertising campaign is ended. Okay, so I hope you guys truly see the power of Pinterest. If you have a new YouTube channel and you're struggling to get views and subscribers, give this a try. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Now, just for my own curiosity, I'm interested to know how many of you actually have Pinterest accounts and how many of you actually have used Pinterest ads in the past and how you made out. If you'd recommend Pinterest as a promotional tool for others, then let me know in the comments section below. I'd really like your input. As always, I decide which video I'm going to create next based on which of my previous videos are getting the most likes. So if you want to see more content like this, then give this video a thumbs up and let me know that you like it. If you're new to my channel and you're not quite sure what it's all about, check out my playlist on how to monetize your hobby. You can find a link to it right here. Until next time, take care.